Isamaya is a brand that has always intrigued me. From the very eye-catching collections to the colors, to the textures, to the artistry, to the person behind it. Like I've just always been interested in the brand. I have never taken the plunge because none of the actual products really appealed to me. I loved the look of the line and I liked the innovation, but it's like the actual products, right? I didn't feel like they would be useful in my collection, so I passed on them. Then I saw the Isamaya Core Collection coming to Sephora. And the Core Collection looks to be a collection of products that are meant to be staples in your routine, that solve a problem, that are meant to be skincare forward, that are meant to do good things for your skin, deeper than just surface level, right? Deeper than just color cosmetic. Because of that, and because of the imagery and the artistry and the look of the products and the line, I could not wait to get my hands on the Isamaya Core Collection. I have purchased most everything from the line. There are a couple of products that I skipped just because I didn't feel like they would be beneficial to me, or because the price can justify a price on a lot of things. But some things I just can't, and I will get into that. I purchased most everything. I still have a few things that are not here yet. Plan on doing a part 2 and then offering some more thoughts, because today is just a first impression. I could not wait to get my hands on these products, to open them up in front of you and try them on camera and give you my real, raw first impressions of these products. And that is what you're getting. Some good, some bad. Mostly bad. Let's get into it. I have a feeling that this tinted serum is meant to be used on its own or mixed with just the concealer that they offer. I don't think that this is a good primer, which is kind of how I was hoping to use it. I'm going to go in with this. I'm going to put a light layer of this over it. The only reason why I want to put something over it is because it's green. While it does a fantastic job correcting for my complexion and any discoloration, it's green. And it doesn't make me look green per se, but it kind of makes me look maybe like a little washed out. I'm not a huge fan of the dispensing mechanism. I can't quite figure it out. You have to like kind of milk it with this little flexible tip. Kind of a pain. I'm going to use less now than I did last time. And I didn't use much. Let's just see. It does have like a beautiful glow to it. I've got some redness here, probably from washing my face. I get the feeling that it's meant to be worn alone. However, I'm going to let it sit for a minute, and then I am going to try to go on top of it with the Laura Mercier. This is the most light coverage product that I own next to the Glossier. I feel like the green, while it does a great job at evening everything, doesn't look the most healthy. More is more. More is more. So we're going to try this. Rub it in with my hands and hope for the best. See if we have to be washing our face again. So that looks way better than with the Patrick Top. I feel like this is a product that's going to work best by itself, or maybe just with their concealer, or just with something very light like a tinted sunscreen. It has mica in it. I think that that's what's giving it that reflective sheen. It does look like a little bit heavy because of that. Next, we're going to go in with the 5-point lift. This is the product that intrigued me the most. It says the sheer pearl. I have a feeling this is going to be reflective. Here is the concealer packaging. It looks like a big syringe. That is just what drew me to this line, was honestly the look, the marketing. It's got a metal applicator. You do not get much product in here. 0.13 ounces or 3.7 mils. So not a ton of product, especially for something that is, I'm thinking, meant to be used all over the face. Okay, let me see if I can dispense it. Also, this is only good for 6 months. You have to turn it to let the product come out. So it's got like locking mechanism, which is nice. This concealer only comes in 5 shades. And I thought the Typology concealer was bad. At least they have 6 shades in the Typology. Gosh, it's one of these things that you're, be clicking it forever to get it to come up. Here we go. We got some. Oh my gosh. That is so incredibly pink. We're here. Let's just go for it. Put it here. Put some here. Okay, it's really hard to control the amount that comes out of that dispenser. So I got too much, but that's okay. I'm going to pick up the excess with my beauty blender. I just want to get a feel for the texture. I'm going to go over it with my sponge and just pick up the excess, because I feel like I have way too much under my eyes. That was my fault though. I clicked twice and I could have gone with one click and it would have been plenty. It's very thin, very light coverage, doesn't have a lot of coverage at all. Not at all what I would have picked for me. Very pink. I do not think this is going to work for very fair people. This is just a corrector is all I could personally use this for, an under eye corrector. It's too pink. I'm very neutral, warm olive, right? I don't have a lot of pigment in my skin, like in a lot of color. It's very neutral, very desaturated. And this is very, very saturated, very pink. I'm a little bummed about that. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping this would be a more neutral tone that could work for more skin tones. It's very pink. It looks okay though. It blended out really easily, even though I got way too much. It's very serumy, very thin, very liquidy. I was pretty instantly disappointed seeing the color of the concealer. I wish there were more colors. It's just the next shade is like medium. And then they call it medium fair, but it looks way too dark. This is the only light colored shade and it's very, very pink. As a corrector, it works. We're going to finish this face. We'll see how everything comes together. I have mixed thoughts about it so far. So I did not buy the contour stick. I could not bring myself. I just couldn't because I already own the Victoria Beckham contour stick, which is a little bit less expensive and you get a little bit more product. And I even find this to be slightly ridiculous. So I did not buy the contour. I'm just going to contour with the Victoria Beckham because I really do feel like it's going to give the same effect as if I purchased the Isamaya. The contour stick, it blends out so well. I wish you got more product. It's really nice. But anyway, Isamaya does not have a brow product. I'm going to do my brows real quick. Brows are done. We are looking glowy, 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 dewy, dewy, dewy. The next product that we're going to go in with is Skin Enhancing Duo. I have mine in the shade Marta. I love the Isamaya packaging. It's so pretty. Antioxidant-rich botanical extracts. So I guess this is supposed to be soothing and nourishing for your skin. I think that that's the theme here is that everything in her line is supposed to be good for your skin. That's why it's got like the medical theme. And oh, look at the fingerprints already. I mean, I just pulled this out of the package. So this is going to get messy. And this compact, this is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's very large. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very big. Here are those colors. Peachy color. This doesn't seem to have any color, the highlighting duo. Let's give these a swatch. Let's just see. This blush, it feels wet. This is the blush, and this is the balm duo palette containing a matte blush and a shimmering highlighter. I don't know if you can see the textures in here, but this blush is so like liquidy and wet. You touch it and it kind of melts. Same with the balm. I don't know how that blush is going to be matte on the skin because it looks so wet. It looks wet on my hand. The highlighter looks to be just a texture. It doesn't look to be a color whatsoever. Let's give it a shot. I'm just going to use my finger and see how it applies with a finger. So yeah, it's doing exactly what I was afraid of. Removing any coverage that is underneath it. And just try to add some more. I mean, the color is really pretty. Any coverage that I had on my cheek is now totally gone. I'm going to try it with a brush and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to go in with my BK 109 in this just because it's small. I feel like that looks nicer. Try to build it up a little bit. So the color is really pretty. It's described as a blush color. To me, it's like a soft coral shade, not super intense. Really pretty on the cheeks. However, that's not matte. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. It's not that. I mean, I don't know if you can see in there just from me rubbing my finger on it, how melted and wet it is. Looks even wetter than a lip balm. That just like immediately removes whatever is under it. It's left like a bald spot on my cheek, which is why I don't like super wet, creamy highlighters like this because that's what they do. So far, I'm not a fan of the cheek palette. Oh man, I was so excited for this line, so excited for this launch. The packaging was so beautiful. It really sucked me in. I'm not loving anything as of right now. So I'm going to set my face because this highlight is so incredibly wet. There's just no other way to describe it. Those kind of really wet, really emollient products tend to just eat away whatever is under it. And that is what has happened with both the blush and the highlight. Bummed. I'm really bummed. This is why we do first impressions. So, and I mean, this could change tomorrow. I could put this on. It could be the best makeup that I've ever worn in my life. I'm gonna set under my eyes the About Face pink powder. I've been loving this powder. I think it will go well with this. Oh, I'm not loving what's happening. I use this powder with every concealer, every blush. It made it darker right here than the blush that's everywhere else. And I think that a large part of that is that the highlight ate away at the blush. So now I'm looking very splotchy. I've got like more blush. It looks like I have blush here. I don't have any blush here, and I have some blush here. I'm not feeling this. We are going to keep going because we have more products, and who knows, maybe one of those is smash hits. I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Makeup by Mario setting powder because I do feel quite not glowy, not like a healthy glow, but like sheeny, shiny, shimmery. And I want to tone that down a little bit. I'm just going to set mainly the center of my face and see if this makes everything kind of come together. It could all still come together at the end. I'm trying to reserve judgment until I try everything. I'm going to do the lip first to see if the eye look that I have in mind is going to work. The next product that I have is the lip liner. This is part 1 of Isamaya. I have some more things coming that aren't here yet. I ordered another color of the lip liner. This is the shade Gesha. All of her lip liners are named after coffees, like coffee beans, which I love. I think that that's super cute. Pencil sharpener with a liner. That's kind of a nice touch, like a beigey brown. Really pretty. I'm going to line my lips. We'll see how this part goes. So that is a little bit warmer than I thought it was going to be. It applied a little warmer even than it swatched. Like it's kind of got an orangey tint to it. It's not my favorite, but I do have another lip liner coming from Isamaya. So today, this is what we're going with. I also bought one of the tinted lip balms. This has vitamin E, a melting lips formula that dispenses pigment in one stroke. I got the shade Follow. The packaging is very sleek. It does have Braille on the back. And it's just silver. It looks metal, but I don't think it's metal. That's a pretty shade. Okay, so that is the shade Follow. Get a swatch. Oh, let me just, this says a melting lips formula that dispenses pigment in one stroke. It's about like 100 strokes, and that is the pigment that we got. So, put it on the lips. Maybe something magical will happen. It's about like 400 strokes, and I've already used so much of the product. It's now down below the line. That's just trying to swatch it on my hand and trying to get some color on my lips. Let's move on, shall we? I don't even know at this point. The next thing I bought is the lip lac in the shade Black Veil. Now, surely this is going to have something. It's going to have something. It's going to do something. I know it. I know it. Again, the packaging, like 5 stars for the packaging. It's beautiful. It has surprisingly more pigment than the lip balm. So that's the lip lac in Black Veil. And this over here is the about 400 strokes of the lip balm. So I'm going to blot my lips just because, you know, I had to put so much of that lip balm on to get anything to show, even to get like a shine or a sheen. It feels really heavy on my lips. I'm going to blot. Maybe this is the magic bullet here. This is the hero product. This is, okay, that's pretty. So I do like that you can actually see this. The color is very cooling, right? It will cool off whatever you have on under it. It does not look great with the lip liner because the lip liner is so warm. Can you see that? The lip liner has an orangey tint, and this is very cool toned. It's gray. It's beautiful. Now, I did order what I think, I don't know, I think I ordered a very cool grayish brown lip liner that isn't here yet. I think that that will go absolutely beautiful with this. I'm not loving the look of this lip liner with this lip gloss, and I do not love the lip balm. This is a plumping lip gloss. I do feel something happening on my lips. I feel some heat, some tingle. It almost feels like a peppery, not like a spicy burn. Bear with me here. Not like a spicy burn like the Too Faced, not like a cooling burn like a buxom lip plumper. This has a peppery feel like the Milk Makeup electric glosses, if you remember those. It almost feels numbing. It's not unpleasant, but I am not sensitive to that kind of thing. This isn't bothering me at all. And I do feel like it's doing something. I feel like I can feel my lips kind of puffing up. That so far is a hit. Like, I like that. I've got the eyeliner and the mascara, but I need to do something with my eyes. I think we're going to go in with a Victoria Beckham eyeshadow. I think we're going to do golden red. I think we're not going to do a green. Oh my gosh. Do you guys watch Hope Miss Tom? They are hilarious. They do this thing where they call themselves Victoria. Like, hey, Victoria, it's me, Victoria. I watched the video where they started it. It was like, I can't even remember what video it was. But anyway, they've been carrying out this, hey, Victoria, it's me, Victoria. I cannot say Victoria or Victoria Beckham without thinking of Hope Miss Tom. If you are not watching them, you should. They are innovative and hilarious. Just a whole vibe. Seriously, love watching them. I'm going to go in with this greeny gold. I'm just going to pop that on the lid. I'm going to take this eggplant color right here and put it in the outer corner just to deepen out here, just to give a little bit of dimension to my eye. Before we go in with the eyeliner, hopefully the eyeliner is a hit. I'm going to wipe off this lip balm. Can you see my lips? That's one of those plumping glosses that makes your lips red. I'm going to line my lips again with this liner, and we're going to put back on the lip balm, that Cool Tone lip gloss, which is clashing. So we're going to go back in with the lip balm. It's warmer. Let's try to get this to show up again. It is what it is. This is not this is we're just winging it at this point. Nothing has gone like I wanted it to. All of my best laid plans have gone out the window. This is not the look that I had in mind. This is not anything like I had in mind. None of this is really working out how I had planned, but we are going to keep going. Next, we have the eyeliner. This was quite an expensive eyeliner. It might be the most expensive eyeliner outside of the Tom Ford if I have ever purchased. This eyeliner is $38. Comes in one shade, black. Love a black liner. It is a brush tip, which is my favorite. So let's see. This might be the best eyeliner that I have ever tried. It's tiny. It's very slim. It's like more the size of an eyebrow pencil than an eyeliner. It feels very lightweight, and it does have just a little brush tip. Let's wing it. Let's wing it. The eyeliner was great. That was super easy to use, very creamy, very matte, very smooth, no tugging, no bleeding, no feathering. So far, so good with the eyeliner. Now it's time for mascara. Packaging for the mascara. This is a natural superpowered lash enhancer infused with growth molecules complex to lengthen lashes and accelerate lash growth, containing a peptide that increases lash density and thickness. So this is supposed to be very nourishing, very good for your lashes, not just a mascara. That's something that I do appreciate about the whole line. Here's the packaging. It's metal. They do contain good for you ingredients or good for your skin ingredients, very nourishing ingredients, not just makeup. Christmas tree shaped brush, very small bristles. This could work out great. Let's see. Okay, so far, not great. It's not really doing much. I think that that's about as good as it's going to get. I'm getting a little bored. I know that sounds terrible. I know. I'm sorry. Now, this was a first impression. Things can change. I do have to say that when I saw this brand launch in Sephora, I was so excited. I never ordered anything from the Isamaya website. The very first collection that she came out with, the industrial collection, was very phallic. There was like a literal penis lipstick. That stuff doesn't bother me. I'm not easily offended by that kind of thing. I thought it was edgy. It just, none of it spoke to me specifically. It's not something that I could see whipping out a penis and putting it on my lips. That lipstick was $95. I appreciated it for what it was, but it wasn't something that I was interested in purchasing. The eyeshadow palette looked stunning to me. It looked absolutely beautiful. The colors, the textures, but it wasn't something that I really felt like I would wear. As far as I remember, there were no mattes. It was just a whole bunch of, metallics. Pretty to look at, but again, not something that I would find very useful for me. The next collection that she released, the horses, I mean, these are the only ones that I'm remembering. Let me know if I'm missing some. I appreciated the artistry and the different packaging. It was different than anything that we had seen, but none of that spoke to me. I'm not into horses. I'm not into the colors that were in that collection. It was an easy pass. This launch and the imagery just drew me in. It was like medical, but make it Ratched, like Nurse Ratched, right? It was like an edgy medical, bordering on horror. I think it's kind of poking fun at the prevalence of medical procedures in this society and how willing so many people are to go under the knife in the name of beauty or youth or some magical, mysterious thing that we're some standard that we're all striving to achieve. So it appealed to me. I was super excited. This is probably the most excited that I've been for a launch in a long time, like a brand launch, because edgy, it's Isamaya, but it's accessible. And the products seem to be products that were useful. It's called the Core Collection. I think that she's aiming to make these products staples in everybody's routine. However, I have some thoughts on that, and, let's get into it. This tinted serum. Great idea in theory. I do think it's nice. It did a good job at evening out my skin tone. Pistachio is a good description, like pistachio ice cream. It's got some sheen to it, if you can see that there on my hand. Because the sheen is a cosmetic and not from hydration, it can look a little heavy and enhance texture on the skin. I feel like my pores are screaming right now. They're like, hi. They're gleaming, they're shimmering, they're shining, they're shouting from the rooftops. Here we are, look at us. That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite. While I do think the concept is great, I'm not so sure that this is a product that I will reach for or use because it's just not super useful for me. Way too sheeny to be useful for what it is. Instead of perfecting the skin, to me, it does perfect the tone of the skin, but then the texture is enhanced. Maybe if you are completely poreless, lineless, young, this would be a product for you. But for my 51-year-old skin, it's a no. Not only that, it's very separated in the bottle. It's just not a pleasant thing to look at. It's not something I can see myself being excited to use or reach for because it's so much work. Shaking it up and trying to get it out of the little dropper because like it doesn't, I guess it does shake out. It just shook out everywhere. Not a reliable dispensing mechanism. Let me see if you can shake it out and get it to come out and not go everywhere. I mean, you can't. So you have to it doesn't, if you shake it hard, it will, but then it's going to go everywhere like it did on my desk. So you have to almost milk it, this little thing, and get it to come out. And it's such a tiny little fussy thing, just practical use. This is a no for me. This is not easy. This is not fun. This is work, and it doesn't do what I wanted it to do for my skin. I was hoping it would be just a very sheer wash of a color corrector, but the texture on the skin would be imperceptible, and it's not. You can see that it has color corrected my hand. Like that part of it is spot on. It is color correcting. The sheen on it just enhances things that I don't necessarily want enhanced at my age. This is unfortunately a fail. Now, the 5-point lift concealer, I have mixed feelings about this. It's very lightly creasing, but not in an offensive way. The skin under my eyes does look very hydrated. Problem for me is, one, you have to twist this little thing here to close it, and you have to twist it again to open it. It's not easy or comfortable. to twist. There's nothing to grip here. It's just a circle, and you have to kind of get a hold of that circle and twist it. It's kind of painful. That's me being dramatic. I can handle it, but I just want to mention that that's super fussy. Do not like it. It dispenses like a syringe, right? Hold on, I gotta open it. Okay, I've got it open. And then you have to click it like a syringe to get it to come out. So the packaging is beautiful to look at. I love the look of it, but it's the functionality of it is to me lacking. It also has mica in it. So it does have like a slight bit of reflectivity to it, if you can see that on my hand. I'm conflicted on the concealer because the performance of it is nice, so thin and serumy and easy to blend out. But as you can see, it offers very little in the way of actual coverage. But it does do a good job brightening and correcting the color under there, but it's very, very pink. A saturated, intense pink, not pink tinted. It's like hardcore pink. If that's not something that you want, you're not gonna like this. But if you are looking for a pink color corrector, that's what I would call it, would be a color corrector, not a concealer. The performance is good. The way that it feels, the way that it applies, all of that is good. The packaging, while beautiful to look at, like I love the look of this line. The functionality is just, it's too fussy for me. I would have liked it better if it were just a squeezy tube. Opening and closing this bottom part, and then you don't know if it's open or closed, right? You have to actually push it to see. I can't tell. No arrow or anything indicating the open or closed portion. And this expires in 6 months. This has a 6-month expiration date. I'm going to close it up. I don't know if it's actually closed. I'm meh over that one. It's okay. The face compact, the size of it is really nice. Is there something under it? Like it's so big. How much do you get in here? You don't get much. You get 0.18 ounces. The packaging is just excessive. Like the amount of product is not. It's like a normal, probably, it's actually like half the size of a normal cream blush. Blush is only in half here. And then you have this goo up here. These are complete misses for me. The blush is so thin and sheer. It looks like on my finger it's going to do something. Let me try to build it up. That is me trying to build it up. And I am not being dramatic. Like, I want these products to work. I spent a lot of money on them. I don't want it to be a fail. I was so excited for this launch. It's so melty and thin. And then this up here, this wet, it's just a gloss. It's going to melt away anything that you put it on top of. Let's try it on the lips and see if it feels nice as a lip balm. It feels even thinner and slippier than a lip balm. I mean, it just literally feels like melted Vaseline. This is a no-go for me. I absolutely cannot recommend this, and I am sad that I bought it along with most of these products, if I'm being honest. Let's move on to lips. This is the lip liner in the shade, again, Gesha. Just the highlighter that I put on my lips just ate away my lip liner, so let me fix that real quick. It pulls very warm on me. It's much warmer than I thought. That is not a fault of the product. That's a fault of my poor ordering skills, or maybe the swatches on the website. Gesha on the website is described as light brown. To me, it is a light brown, but it's a very warm brown, almost like a spice. You know what I mean? It pulls way too orange on me. This is not my favorite color at all. I do have another color coming, medium black, I think is how they describe it. Very curious to see how that looks. Color is a no-go, and the formula, I'm curious. Let me see how easily the formula works away. But how you don't even, there's no effort required to remove the lip liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this formula is a fail for me. However, she has some incredibly interesting colors that I think that I haven't seen in any other lip liner from any other brand in terms of color and innovation. It's there. Formula is a no for me, and then this particular color in Gesha is a no for me. This lip balm. If it had been described as a super sheer, barely there lip balm that only adds a texture to your lip and possibly a slight tint, I would not be disappointed, okay? But because it said, I'm reading directly from the box, a melting lips formula that dispenses pigment in one stroke. I'm going to show you what one stroke looks like. We're going to do one stroke. Okay. That's one stroke. Where's the pigment? Where's the pigment? Let's do a bunch of strokes, okay? Where is the pigment? Is the pigment in the room with us? Has the pigment left the building? Did the pigment get stuck at Sephora when they delivered my lip balm? This is incredibly disappointing to me. This was $32. You get 0.10 ounces of product. You don't get very much in here. I imagine if you want this to actually show up on your lips, you're going to go through it in like 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I know I'm being harsh, but like these are products that I, once again, spent my own money on. I was very excited about this. I've been excited about doing this video all week. I woke up this morning, yay, I'm going to do my Isamaya video. I had a whole look planned out. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. So the next product, and this is a product that I really like. This is the Lip Lac. This is the plumping lip gloss. This is really nice. I'm a fan of this heavy metal packaging. It's beautiful. It has Braille again on the back. The color that I have again is Black Veil, sheer black, and it does a beautiful job on the lips. I feel like it's actually a plumping gloss. This is a great product. You can feel it, kind of makes your lips feel like they're going numb. If you've ever tried the Milk electric lip glosses where they describe it as like a buzzing, this is very similar to that. I feel like it's got to have some sort of the same active ingredient. This is very nice. It is very expensive. This is $38. Can I say it's worth $38? No, but it's nice. This is probably my favorite thing that I tried today. And then the eyeliner, it's a good eyeliner. It's called a micro eyeliner. This is not as thin a tip as the Lisa Eldridge. That one is truly a micro eyeliner. I like that one better, and it's less expensive. This was $38 for this very slim eyeliner. It's a good eyeliner. It performed very well, had no issues with it. My Lisa Eldridge Kitten Flick, and I just wanted to show you the difference in the tips on the Isamaya eyeliner tip was described as a micro tip. To me, the Lisa Eldridge is a micro tip, like it's tiny. It's a good eyeliner. This was good, but I preferred this one. I think the Lisa Eldridge is a better value and better for my eyes. But this did not disappoint me. I don't really have any complaints about it, if that makes sense. And the last product from Isamaya is the mascara. I love the packaging of her products. I really wish that I liked them more because to me, the look of the line is, like I said, it's so interesting. I had to work really hard to get anything out of it. However, this is just the first time I'm using it. It could change, right? A lot of mascaras get better after you use them a little bit. So I am not giving up hope on this. First impressions were not great. That's not the be all end all. It could change. So I hope that this was helpful if you've been considering this line. There are some things that I would recommend skipping. Unfortunately, that was most of the things that I tried from this brand. I hate to say that. I really do. If you've watched my channel, you know that most of the time I like most things because I think that makeup has just come so far in the last several years. Everything is, for the most part, really good. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. There's always something new coming out. So even though this was not my cup of tea, who knows? There's actually a couple of new foundations that are on their way to me that I'm very excited about. And yeah, thank you again for watching this video. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.